Good morning, everybody. This is Tom from Weekly Gospel Reflection. It is Sunday, 2/8/2025. Time flies, doesn't it? I mean, it just seemed like it was just New Year's, and now it's already into 8th day of February. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about things, and this is going to be a little bit different sermon that I was planning on doing. Do we care? And we're going to talk about this. Do we care? What kind of person are we? Do we help where we can? Do we maybe help a person in a time of need? Do we tip a little bit more than we normally do? Or do you even tip at all? Do I tip too much? So maybe we need to take a look at maybe the situation we're under, including myself. So I am not saying that I am not above anything, because that's where I get a lot of these ideas from, because a lot of it is me. We're going to look at Ezekiel 16. And as you know, God is Son of Man talking to Ezekiel in this chapter in the Bible and about Jerusalem. And I want to tell you, if this does not wake you up, I don't know what does. I mean, this chapter is incredible. We know Revelations is pretty, but this Ezekiel is something else. God was talking to Ezekiel. So if we look at 16 verses 8 and 9, we'll read these. This is Unfaithful Jerusalem. The chapter is about unfaithful Jerusalem. Later I passed by when I looked at you, and I saw you were old enough for love. I spread the corner of my garment over you, and I covered your nakedness. I gave you my solemn oath and entered in this covenant with you, declares the sovereign Lord, and you became mine. I bathed you in water and washed one blood from you and put ointments on you. I clothed you with an embroidered dress, and I put leather sandals on you. I dressed you in fine linen, and I covered you with costly garments. I adorned you with jewelry. I put bracelets on your arms and a necklace around your neck, and I put a ring on your nose, earrings on your ears, and a beautiful crown on your head. So you were so adorned with gold and silver. Your clothes were fine linen and costly fabric and embroidered cloth. Your food was fine flour, honey, and olive oil. You became very beautiful and rose to be a queen, and your fame spread among the nations on account of your beauty, because the splendor I had given you made your beauty perfect, declares the sovereign Lord. But you trusted in your beauty and used your fame to become a prostitute. He goes in and talks how unfaithful. And I think if we look at something here, a story I want to tell you. There's a gentleman I met recently, actually yesterday, and this gentleman was talking about, he was at a gas station, and he saw this young girl walking around because he takes his breaks. He does DoorDash and Uber Eats. And he was talking about and to himself, he says, I wonder why this girl's walking around. Maybe another job, maybe whatever. But he could tell because her bags were there. So he walked over and asked her, he said, listen, what's wrong? Why are you here? I got kicked out of my house. My family doesn't really basically want me anymore. I don't know what to do. I have a job. I work at Wendy's. I have income, but it's not enough to buy a place or get off the streets. So what do I do? And he said, come home with me. And my wife called his wife and said what he was doing. She said, okay, that's fine. The lady is sleeping on the couch. He made her a room in the garage. This guy went out of his way to help this young girl. This young girl really appreciated what he did. He said that she was often trying to help make sure the house was clean, often trying to sweep the house, the yard, things like that, and make herself accountable and thanking them in a way that she only could. She can't afford really any rent. I mean, her pay is nominal. I mean, she asks that I can give you gas money if you take me to work. I will give you money for food, which he is. I will help do whatever I can. I want to thank you for this. So they're starting her in a program in school. They're going to get her, she wants to be in the military. They're going to get situated because she was a member of ROTC in school. So long story short, this young man, this young, well, my age, not young, yeah, young man. So is helping this, him and his wife are helping this young lady. Now, would you do that? Would you bring somebody home? Very few people would. So what does that tell you about this person? This person is, he's a savior. He's an angel. He's an angel, especially to that young girl. He's really a good guy, honestly. I met him, and him and I hit it off immediately, and I've seen him another time. And we get to talking. He goes, I remember you, and I remember you. All of us have this opportunity to help others. It's just that going away attitude that we sometimes, well, I don't want to go out of my way to help that person. I really don't want to go out of my way and help that person. Why would I want to go do that? It's out of my way. Hey, Tom, can you help me do this? Sure, I can help you. After about 5 hours of helping, you're saying, oh, why did I do this? I have other things I want to do. Sometimes the go away attitude, you need to let that go. Sometimes by helping someone really will help you in the long run. For an example, this particular person that I helped, no worries, I don't want anything. And long story short, the person had things of usage, meaning said, hey, I'm going to throw this away. Do you want this? Well, yeah, I don't have one. I'll take it. Well, as you're doing this, before you know it, you have things that you normally didn't want to buy because I did not want to buy it because I'm saving money. But yet, I just went out of my way to help this person, and a couple of small things that were probably about $40 total that you could go to Walmart and buy, he gave them to me for free. And that's good-hearted, Of course, I would help him anyway. Even Jesus went out of his way to help thousands. He knew it was going to happen before it was going to happen, but he helped people no matter what. Jesus went out of his way to help people because he knows that what things are about. He knows if he helps, loves thy neighbor, loves the people around him, no matter who they are or what, it really kind of wakes you up. Then you may realize later on that the Lord maybe wanted you to do these things. Maybe the Lord is telling you something sometimes in your sleep to go do something. You don't want to do it because you have to go out of your way. Always remember, the simple things that you think so simple may be a hardship for someone else. You take advantage, you sleep in a bed every night. You have air conditioning, you have water, you have shower, you have everything. But yet a person that doesn't have it, it's like, I have to get that. I need that. I need that to survive. I need quality of life. We all take things for granted. And I think, especially here in the United States, we really take things for granted a lot. And I think we really look at ourselves in depth. I mean, it's like my friend John and Cindy. They were an asset to me, really good friends of mine. Dave and Marcy here, good friends of mine. And you may not realize a simple task can mean a lot to someone, and you'll never forget that. We always look at ourselves and say, oh man, we never have enough money, or we come here, we sell our home from up north, we come out here into Florida, and we buy a house. We have a house, it's paid for. Property tax is paid for a year. We're set up good. We have $100,000 of cash in the bank. All the cars are paid off. We're set. God can take that away from you in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Don't always think that you're going to have what you have. Always remember what you do now, you're setting the foundation for what's going to happen sometimes later on in your life. Action, reaction. I tell that to RR. For every action you do, there's a reaction to it. And we need to look at whatever we're doing and make sure we're doing it for the Lord and ourselves. The Lord Heavenly Father wants us all to get along. He wants us to get along with everybody and everything. He wants to do the right thing. So these guys that don't really help anybody, their day is coming. It's like one day I was thinking about something. There's a guy that always orders a cup of coffee every day. Goes there every day and gets the same coffee and orders it DoorDash. I don't do this, but I was talking to him. He orders the same coffee every day, and the DoorDash brings it. When he first started doing it, he was giving the guy like $6, $7 tip. Made it worthwhile. Then he started filtering down $6 tip, $5 tip, $4 tip, $3 tip. And he said, I've realized that I should not do that. Maybe I should take and think about the guy coming there and bringing that to me. He's got gas. He's got to drive about 6-7 miles to only get the coffee, more than likely, because it's not like there's a Starbucks. So it's not like there's a Starbucks on every corner down here. There's 3 within 15 miles of my house here. So if you would really think about that matters. So anyway, then he takes it, and then he has to take 5 or 6 miles and deliver it. So, sometimes the simple thing, a tip or something like that, can really make a difference. We're going to look at Mark 7, and I'm going to close this out, but I'm going to talk about Mark 7, and we're going to look at verses 5 through 10. So, in this clean and unclean, Jesus was with his disciples, and Jesus was, they were eating. So, the thing that come from Jerusalem, and they were around Jesus and saw some of his disciples eating food with hands that were unclean and unwashed. The Pharisees and all the Jews do not eat unless they give their hands a ceremonial washing, holding the tradition of the elders. When they come up to the marketplace, do not eat until they wash. Then they observe many other traditions, such as the washing of cups, pitchers, and kettles. So the Pharisees, in verse number 5, and teachers of the law asked Jesus, why do our disciples live according to the tradition of the elders instead of eating their food with unclean hands? He replied, Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you hypocrites. As it is written, these people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teachings are but rules taught by men. You have to let go of all the commands of God. You have to let go of the commands of God and are holding on to the traditions of men. And he said to them, you have a fine way of setting aside the commands of God in order to preserve your own traditions. For Moses said, honor your father and your mother, and anyone comes to his father or mother must be put to death. But you say, if a man says to his father or mother, whatever help you might otherwise have received from me is Corban, that is a gift devoted to God. Then you no longer let him do anything for his father or mother, thus you nullify the word God by your own tradition. Basically, the Lord's saying, pray to God for what you have, thank him for what you do have, and sort of like, don't necessarily worry about some of the traditions in the past. I know that it's sort of like, well, we're all creatures of habit. We do certain things, certain ways, certain times, certain things. And we all have that habit. I have certain things that I do. I'm trying to teach myself a new way of just quit sitting down and grabbing the food and eating it. Even though I pray, I just basically pray as fast and I eat. That's wrong. That's wrong. So I'm starting to do things myself that I need to do a better job of. I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time on Weekly Gospel Reflections.